What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Awesemo.com, filling in for Adam Scherer one more time as he's in New Orleans for the DraftKings final. We're talking DraftKings tournament plays here in this segment. But first, head over to PrizePicks, the sponsor of this segment here. Check out all of the player prop contests that they have to offer. Plus, you'll get one free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum when you sign up, deposit, and play over there. It's a really fun site. Go check it out. I guarantee you'll have some fun. Plus, use Awesemo projections to help you out. But let's get to my three tournament plays that I kind of want to emphasize here. A lot of pay-up options that we have today. The guard spot, Luka Doncic, going to be very, very popular. I think paying down to be a little bit contrarian here to Devin Booker is something that I am very interested in. I know it's a tough Toronto spot here, but he came back from health and safety protocols, played 33 minutes, scored 55 DK points against a tough Miami Heat squad, albeit against Jimmy Butler-less Miami Heat squad. If we project him purely at that number again today, he grades out already as a solid play for me, but there was a blowout in that game against Miami. You had the two best records in the NBA facing off against each other, and the road team blew him out there. Devin Booker didn't play the last 2.5 minutes of the game. That means I think high 30s minutes is actually on the table, not even just in the range of outcomes, but more like what I'm going to project him around. I've got him for 36 minutes. I know Awesemo had him around 32 and a half, 33. I think I'm projecting him just a little bit higher, and that is going to grade him out a little bit better for me. Sure, Campaign is back, but I mean, it's a lot different than Chris Paul being in that backcourt, and he's still a 1.24 DraftKings points per minute player in a 354-minute sample size alongside Payne for this season. So you also have to assume that they're going to be absent one another quite a bit on the floor, considering they're really the only two creators that the Suns team have in this spot. He's projected currently for just 9% ownership, has point guard, shooting guard eligibility, checks a lot of boxes as a perfect GPP play for me today. Jalen Brunson's been ruled out for today already, as well as Dorian Finney-Smith. So that opens up some value here for my second pick. Going for the Mavericks team, I'm going to go to Josh Green here. It is gross. He's only projected a 1.5% at 3,200 here. I know Maxi Kleber will be the guy who falls into more of my lineups. Might have to play some Reggie Bullock by necessity as well here. But this is a Houston team that you cannot really overstate how good this is from a fantasy perspective. Number one in pace this season for the NBA, dead last in defensive efficiency. So for the slowest team in the entire NBA, the Dallas Mavericks, this is a definite pace up, fantastic game environment for them here. And I'm comparing a guy like Josh Green to other people down at this absolute floor number, specifically Jose Alvarado, with all of the pieces out for New Orleans today. It seems like he's getting a ton of attention, north of 20% on DraftKings right now. I would rather play my guy Josh Green as a small forward spot all the way down at 1.5% rostered, 1/20th of the ownership. I mean, it's just kind of a no-brainer play. Plus, in the boom bust tool, 8.2% of the time, Josh Green is working out optimal, and that's just an optimal number. We're not talking about the number of times that he could work out as a GPP winning play just because the upside he gives you at other positions in your lineup. So Josh Green, my second guy, very, very low ownership on this 10 gamer that I'm going to have in lineups. And lastly, another piece of value, Nicolas Batum. He's never, and I mean never, a fun roster for me. The Clippers rotation with Ty Lue, it can switch on a dime, and that's all she wrote. That's basically what you know you're getting into when you tango with some of these Clippers pieces. But coming off of an embarrassing game in Golden State on a back-to-back, they only played 8 players against the Washington Wizards the other night. Nicolas Batum played 27 and then 33 minutes there in that game against the Wizards. So back-to-back, averaging 30 minutes the last two. That is a significant increase here for Batum. We know he can add stuff in terms of rebounds. He needs to have a good shooting night at 4,400. But I kind of don't see any other piece that I want to play at their current prices on DraftKings from the Clippers. It's kind of Nicolas Batum and nothing else here. He's only 8.2% owned as of this afternoon. As I'm looking at this, we're just about 6 hours, 5.5 hours away from lock as it stands right now. So maybe that comes up depending on what the other value that might emerge throughout the day is. But Nicolas Batum is a guy I've got my eye on, and I think you should too. So Devin Booker, kind of a top-end play for me there. And then two guys on the bottom end, Nicolas Batum and then Josh Green, of all people. Lovely slate we have in front of us. I know we'll have a lot of New Orleans news, a lot of things that we need to kind of sort through with Minnesota, that first game of the slate. Check out Live Before Lock. I'll be on that with Gundacker today. Looking forward to it. Check that out for other tournament plays. I will have lots of them, as will he. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much to PrizePicks for sponsorship of this segment. Don't forget to sign up and play over there. Use promo code Awesemo. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck tonight.